10 tips for beginner audiophiles. Now, a lot of these tips are going to be more pertaining to IEM users, while some being more general to the audio world. But nonetheless, a lot of useful things to talk about in this video. Let's jump right into it. Hey friends, Tim, welcome back to another video on Giz Audio, and I'm back. I'm back from my vacation. Yes, sorry I've been gone for so long, but yeah, I had a lot of stuff to take care of right when I got back, so sorry for a little bit of delay in the video. But I'm back though, so expect some more regular uploads. Yo, Timmy from the future here. This video does have a giveaway attached to it for the P1 Plus. Yes, the new 10 P1 Plus. If you want to know how to enter, look in the description below, but the number one rule is, again, you need to be subscribed to the channel and you need to comment down below one IEM that you love the most right now. Comment that down below, be subscribed, and check the link in the description to enter the giveaway. All right, let's just jump right into tip number one, shall we? Keep your ears clean. Yep, it needs to be said because a lot of you guys out there, you guys know who you are. You don't clean your ears well, and you pull your IEMs out and it's all gunky and dirty and nasty and you have to clean it with a tool or whatever. Just keep your ears clean, all right? You can clean it, sure, but it's easier to just keep your ears clean, and that in turn keeps your equipments clean, equipments that you spend hundreds of dollars on. Keep that clean and working longer. So yes, tip number one, keep your ears clean. Tip number two, save up for better IEMs. Yes, if you know that you can save up for, say, a $500 IEM, maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or even 6 months down the line, I would say save up for that IEM, you know? Don't buy 3 $50 IEM, don't buy a couple $100 IEM, don't just have a collection of $20 IEM, because all of that money accumulates to be able to purchase something that is just tremendously better than anything you could have purchased or have purchased under that price. So yes, save up for better IEM. Now, for those of you who like to collect, this is not pertaining to you. If you just like to have so many IEMs, you like to look at them and play around with them like they're candy, that's all up to you. This is more for beginners who are looking to get the most out of their money. And for that, I would say save up for the better IEM. Tip number three, spend more money on IEMs than the sources / accessories. Now, this is gonna be more of a budget management tip, all right? So if you have $1,000, do not spend $800 on a DAB and then $200 on an IEM. Yes, that DAB is amazing. It is top of the line DAB or DAC or amp, whatever, but you have a $200 IEM. You know, that top of the line DAB is not gonna make your $200 IEM sound $1,000. It's just not like that. If you have, let's say, for example, again, $1,000, you would wanna spend at least 80%, so say $700 to $800 on the IEM itself, and maybe $300 on the source, the DAB, the amp, the DAC, whatever it is, maybe $300 to $400 on that. And if you do that, you're gonna have way better sound quality than the $200 IEM plus $800 source set. And this, of course, is the same for any other budgets as well. For example, you have $500, spend $300 on the IEM, maybe even $400 on the IEM, and save the $100 for sources and accessories. If you have $300, spend $200 on the IEM or the headphones, and just the rest on the sources and accessories. You know what I mean. Just spend the most amount of your budget on the IEM or headphones itself. You'll notice better quality sound that way. Speaking of accessories, tip number four, let's talk about tips. Now, out of every single accessory category, I would say tips have the most impact on the sound. I would say it's tips, sources, and then maybe cables and subsequently burn-ins and all that stuff. But tips make the biggest impact on the sound. And it has to do with a couple things. We're gonna touch on just one for today, and that is seal. Getting the perfect seal. Yes, getting the perfect seal makes such a huge difference in sound. And it could be as dramatic as 50% less bass versus full bass. It's a really big difference. So try out different tips with your IEMs and see which one gives you the best seal, the best isolation, the best comfort possible for your listening. And you'll notice a general overall sound quality improvement and your own listening pleasure improvement as well, because you're wearing, tips that are much more comfortable to you, that gives you better seal, hence just a better experience and better sound overall. Now, the other way tips can affect the sound has to do with the material that they're made out of. Now, that can be a whole video on its own, so we're not going to touch on that here. Just know to try out a whole bunch of different tips and find out which one works best for you. It's so dark now, the sun completely left me. Thought you were my friend. Tip number 5, take burn-in and cables with a grain of salt. I know I'm gonna get so much backlash for this, but it's true, burn-ins, it may or may not help your IEM. If it does though, it would not drastically change your IEM. That's right, it won't ever drastically change your IEM. You can't change a $20 sound into a $200 sound by burning them in for 200 hours or 500 hours or for however many long. Yes, it may change the sound, but it's not gonna change a bad IEM into a good IEM. You know what's a better way of getting good sound? Just getting good IEMs. Just saying. And yes, I do feel about the same way with cables as well. Yes, some cables with different materials can or may change the sound of your IEM, but it's not gonna fix an IEM or change a bad IEM into a good IEM. Don't just trust any post randomly on Facebook or any forum that says, oh man, this IEM sucks, but after I change it to this cable and I burn it for 300 hours, everything sounds better. It doesn't work that way. Like I said again, just get good IEMs and you don't have to worry about burn-ins or cables. The only time I would say to switch cables is if you hate the original cables or if you really like the look of another cable or the quality of the build of the cable is just better than the one that you have, then that's a good reason to change. I mean, I've swapped cables on a couple of my IEMs because the original one that came with the IEM is just garbage, so I switched it to a better build or more comfortable cable. So there are merits to switching cables, just don't switch it thinking that it will drastically improve sound. Tip number 6, test. Test a whole bunch of IEMs, test a whole bunch of headphones, test everything. Find the best signature that fits you and also explore a whole bunch of other signatures because you will never know if you'll find anything that you'll like out there, Maybe you think, oh, I only like this kind of signature, but if you haven't tried any other sound signature, then how would you know if those other sound signature won't fit you? Like for example, myself, I enjoy a variety of sound signature and I listen to different ones for different mood, and the only reason I know that I like those is because I test a whole bunch of IEMs. So yes, go out there, test them out, especially if you live in countries where there's a lot of audio stores, test them out. If you live in the US though, you're kind of screwed. Yeah, like me. Tip number 7 is related to tip number 6, and that is to find your favorite reviewer. Now, Timmy, there's so many IEMs out there, so many headphones out there. Where do I even start? Well, you find your favorite reviewer. If a certain reviewer consistently have similar thoughts to you or like similar things to you, then chances are the next thing they recommend is gonna be something that you should check out. For me, I have 2 or 3 of my go-to reviewer whenever I need to check out some new items on the market, because in the IEM world, there's just so many. There's like 20 and 30, just a lot of product every single month. So your favorite reviewer is gonna really be one of the best guide to, what to try next. So yes, find your favorite reviewer, whether that being bloggers or YouTubers like myself. Tip number 8, join the community. Yes, join the community. Join us, join the hobby, jump into the rabbit hole. We have Facebook groups, right? We have forums. There's a whole bunch of YouTube channels, a whole bunch of different communities across every social media about audio. Join all of them. Find the ones you like, mingle around, find some new friends. Maybe you can even find friends to trade equipments, share reviews, share thoughts, and overall just enjoy the hobby on a whole nother level. Don't enjoy the hobby alone. There's plenty of people out there who love the same thing as you. Join the community. Like I said again, they're all over every social media and it's super fun to be in those communities. Tip number 9, and this is not really a beginner's tip at all. but I'm gonna tell you guys anyway. Be a reviewer. Start writing blogs, start doing YouTube videos. There's two main reasons for that. Number one is you just make so many more friends, and it's so much fun to put your thoughts out there and find groups of people who agree with you or groups of people who maybe don't agree with you, but they're so nice that they share you tips and tricks, you know, on why, just kind of debating with you, but at the same time giving you like really solid advice. It's just a whole different experience being a reviewer in this community where products comes out all the time. You have, again, just so many friends to talk to. And overall, my experience of being a reviewer, it's been nothing but fun. I love reviewing. It's a lot of work, yes, but if you have the skill set already to do this kind of thing, it's so rewarding. Yeah, I highly recommend this. Reason number two is if you're really good, then in the future, maybe you get demo units from brands, which is, you know, really helpful because this hobby is really expensive, and getting anything free is obviously good for your wallet. Of course, we don't want to spend money on everything, but yes, if you're good, brands will approach you. Please, though, promise me one thing: don't go asking for free stuff. Brands hate that. I own a company myself. We get people asking for free stuff all the time, and we absolutely hate it. So don't ask for free. If you're good, brands will approach you. There's a dog back there, if you guys can't hear it. Tip number 10, enjoy what you love and don't listen to anybody else. If you have an IEM that you truly love, but 99.9% of the community says it's crap, enjoy it anyways. It's your ears, not their ears. They're not listening to what you're listening to. If you enjoy it, then you enjoy it. Nothing else matters. So don't just buy into every hype of the IEMs, or just thinking that, oh man, the one that I love is crap now because everyone else says it's crap. I must throw away my favorite IEM. Don't do that. If you love it, you love it. If that's your preference, that's your preference. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. All right, guys, that's it for this video today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope all those tips were helpful, and also good luck to anyone entering the giveaway as well. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in that video. Peace out and bye.